Hey, so welcome back to the shop, guys. Today we're going to take a look at something a little more interesting, I guess. A little different than we usually do. Tire slime. Does this stuff work? Is it any good? Is it worth it? Should you use it? Let's try it out. Now, I can tell you right offhand, it works, but it doesn't. I mean, it is a good thing to have in the garage as a quick fix for an instance like we're going to be dealing with today, where the lawnmower's got a flat tire. I don't have time to take it in and have it fixed. I need to get the yard mowed while I have a chance. So we're going to put some of this in it. I've used it before. This is not a permanent fix, but it is a good, quick, temporary fix. Now, the only issue with using this is if you're going to take it to a professional tire shop to have a patch put in, or an inner tube, whatever, they don't necessarily appreciate it. It makes a mess. They have to clean everything up. That's a little bit more of a hassle for them, but it is good thing to have around the house, around the farm, whatever. So let's take a look at it. So the first thing to do when using the slime, to take this black cap off, and you'll notice that this cap actually has a valve stem tool built into it. So you're going to use that. Got the valve stem cap off already. We're going to use this tool to remove the core inside the valve stem to make sure that we got to open it up to put the slime in, and you want to let all the air pressure out before you try to do that. So it's kind of a 2-in-1 step here. So it's pretty simple. You're going to stick this up into the valve stem and kind of push it in as you're turning, and you'll feel it slide up in there and catch on the piece inside the valve itself, I guess. And once you've got it loose, you'll hear the air. This one's already flat, but you'll hear the air start coming out. And this is what we're pulling out of there. And that's the Schrader valve itself. And once you've got that done, you'll see this bottle comes with a hose. That's a little shorter than I'm used to. It comes with a hose with it, but we're going to open the cap up first and get this seal off of here. Put the cap back on. Now the hose will press down over this nozzle, nice and snug so it doesn't leak, and then the other end will actually slip up over your valve stem. Now when you do this, it says to have the valve stem either at the top or toward the side. You don't want it at the bottom. I think it's probably easier if it's toward the side a little bit. So then this will slip up over here. I like to push it all the way on there just to make sure that we're not going to have a leak. And then you're just going to squeeze it in. Go check the level. It tells you how much you're going to need for what size tire you're doing. So like here it says a lawnmower requires 8 ounces. This is a 32-ounce bottle, and it's got delineations here, so you can do your simple math and figure out how much you need to put in there. If you put too much in, it's just gonna slop around in there. So go ahead and start squeezing some in here. See where we're at. It's a little bit easier to see when you get better daylight, but we're down to about there. And the amount that we're putting in is basically just based on how much they've determined it requires to have in here to be able to cover the entire surface area of the inside of the tire as it's rolling. Because you want it, your leak could be anywhere. I know mine's up here because I located it, but you want this stuff to be able to cover the entire surface area in there, so that wherever the leak is, the little rubber particles and slime can get in there and plug it up. So we've got about 8 ounces in there. Just put just a touch more in here. And that should be good. Now we're going to put the Schrader valve back in, and it just slips up in there and threads in clockwise, naturally. Make sure it's snug. Pull your tool back out, and now we'll go ahead and air the tire back up. Now this tire calls for, I believe, 14 PSI. So we're gonna fill it up to that. Probably go like 14.5, since I know the hole's at the top. It's not gonna start to seal that hole until it gets rolling and gets that spread throughout. So I will, I'm sure, lose a little bit of air before I get it moving and get it sealed up. So we'll go ahead and air this up to whatever the spec one it is. All right, there's 14.5. Go ahead and roll it, see if we can get some in there. And now we don't hear it leaking. And it's just a tiny little hole there. So now that I've rolled it, got that covered over the hole, it's in there, it's sealing up, and it should, if it's not completely sealed, it should get better as I'm driving around the yard. So not too hard to use, relatively easy, quick and easy, painless. All right, so we got the slime in the tire. I am ready to mow the yard, so I'm gonna get at that. So let me know what you thought. If you got any tips, tricks, stuff you've learned over the years on this kind of thing, leave it in the comments below. Maybe we can help each other out, gain a little bit of knowledge as a group. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, please. That does help the channel. If you didn't like it, send it to somebody you don't like. Maybe they won't like it. So subscribe to the channel if you want to see more stuff like this, as well as all our other various kinds of videos. This is kind of just an off-the-wall thing, but again, I appreciate you guys watching, and I guess we'll see you next time.